Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Alton, aka the Dawgfatha. We're here on Barbecue Boulevard. We aim to help boost up your backyard grilling game. So today we're going to be doing some ribs. That's right, some spare ribs. Putting in work over here on the Pit Boss Titan, the newest grill to hit Barbecue Boulevard. So let's get into it. All right, so as I said, guys, we are doing some pork spare ribs today on our Pit Boss Titan. So before we get started, we're gonna go ahead and preheat our grill, and I'm gonna be rolling this today at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna start the grill, be right back. Okay, so now we've got our grill lit here. It's gonna be rolling up to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're gonna go ahead and prepare our ribs. Now we've got us a beautiful rack of pork spare ribs. Got them from my local HEB. And as you can see, there's got a little bit of hanging, straggling meat. So we're gonna trim these up a little bit. And the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm just kind of going to shape it up here the way that I want. All of this loose meat that you see here, or that's kind of hanging, we're going to trim that off here. We're just basically giving this a good shape right now, guys. Now all of this meat that you see here that I'm trimming off, I'm not throwing this away, guys. We're going to set this aside, and I'm going to be making some sausage here soon, so I'll probably be adding that in. All right, so we've got this end here, so we're going to basically round this off here. And we're just taking our time and kind of shaping it the way we want it. We're going to flip this over and take a look. Obviously stuff like this we're going to get rid of. Take this whole skirt off. This is actually some really good meat to eat here. Alright, so the next part we're going to do here, we've got this chine bone here that's on the rib, where it basically connected to the breastbone of the pig. And we're going to go ahead and get that taken out here. And all you just need is a good, heavy, sturdy knife to get in there. And so we're just going to kind of take that off. Just going to kind of cut there. And what I do is I just take my knife and just press it down. And that'll get right through there. And pull that right off. And again, don't throw this away. Yeah, you got this cartilage and stuff in here, but it's got some good meat in there. So we're just going to set that to the side. And then again, continue to just shape these ribs the way we want them. Alright, so we've got our ribs all trimmed up, and now we're going to get them seasoned. And these are trimmed good enough for me, so we're good to go here. Now the first thing I'm going to be putting on my ribs is going to be this black pepper, guys. I love my 16 mesh black pepper. So I'm going to flip this over and start on the back side, and you'll notice that I did not take the membrane off. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This time I haven't. We're going to leave it on there. I think it's going to be fine. Now we're not going to have to use a binder on this because these ribs are nice and sweaty and tacky enough. So I don't think that we're going to have an issue with our seasoning sticking to the meat. So we're not going to use a binder. Now the flavor rub I'm going to be using today is going to be this. This is the Pit Boss Texas Barbecue Rub. So we're going to put this on, and we're going to go get a little dose here on the back side of these ribs. Not super heavy, but we're going to get a good dose on here to get a good flavor going. And we're going to flip these over, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. We got these ribs seasoned up, and man, it's going to be time for us to get it on our grill. So let's get it on our Pit Boss Titan, and let's get this smoke going, all right? Meet you at the grill. Okay, we have now hit our 275 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. We're going to get these ribs on. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out my top rack. I've pulled out my bottom rack. I'm not going to need them for this cook. And I did line my deflector plate there with aluminum foil just so I'll have an easier cleanup. So let's get these ribs on. All right. So we've got our ribs here. Oh, I got a little straggler I should have pulled off there. But we've got our ribs here. We got them on our grill. And we're just going to kind of bunch them up to shape them up the way we want them to cook. And man, that's looking pretty good just right there. So got them seasoned up. We got the barbecue rub on. We got the black pepper, 275 Fahrenheit. We're going to close it up and let it go. All right, so guys, whenever you're making ribs on your grill, what's your go-to rub? Texas barbecue rub? What else? What else is out there I should be checking out? Put it down there in the comments below and let's talk about it. Okay, now that we got our ribs onto the grill, I wanted to take a little bit of time to explain here about how we got this set up to try and get as much smoke flavor as we can. A lot of people always say with pellet cookers, they can't really get a good smoke flavor into their meat. So I'm going to show you how we're going to attempt to get more smoke flavor. One of the beauties about the Titan is that it actually has the ability with P settings to control smoke. So we're going to go in there now. We've got the grill already on. We're at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to go into our settings and we're going to go in and select our P setting. Now here we are in our P setting, and if you notice, I've already got P7 selected. Now default is going to be P4, which is right there. Now, basically what this is going to mean is that the higher the P setting, the more smoke flavor you're going to get in it. I know that sounds funny, P setting, I get it. But what that means is we're going to have fluctuations in our temperature because it's going to be able to create more smoke. So according to the manual, it's going to be based on your ambient temperatures and warmer environments. You go higher, P5, P6, P7, and in cooler environments, you go below that. So we're warm here. I want as much smoke as I can, so I'm going to go to P7, and we're going to let that roll on a P7 setting in our smoke mode here. Okay, smoke mode, P7. The other mode is PID, which is more concentrating on maintaining the temperature. But our smoke mode is going to be what's going to give us the most amount of smoke that we can possibly get. Good job, Pit Boss. Now the smoke mode or P settings that you want to use is something you're going to have to play around with. It's going to be personal to everybody out there. Some may want more smoke, some may want less smoke. You may think you want a P7, like I got it set for P7. Who knows? I might think P7 is too strong later and may, decide to go to a P6 or P5 or even go to the default of P4. So, point is, don't be afraid to play around with it, guys. Find out what works for you, just the same as you would on any cooker. But the smoke mode and the P setting that Pit Boss has incorporated into this competition series Titan. So I'm excited to play around with it. Hopefully you are too. Okay, we just hit our 2-hour mark and we're going to take a look here. And this is what we're looking like at the 2-hour mark. Starting to get a little pull there. But the ribs themselves to me look a little on the dry side right now. So I am going to spritz. And so what I'm going to spritz with is literally just a bottle of water. You can spritz with whatever you like, whether it's ACV and apple juice or colas or teas or beers or whatever you want to do. I'm just going to keep it simple and do it with water. So we got a good spritz of water on here today. And then I am literally just going to close it back up and let it keep going. Hey, so are you a part of Pit Boss Nation? Well, if you are, or maybe if you aren't, make sure you go swing by the Pit Boss YouTube channel and check me out. That's right, I'll be on that channel as well as a lot of other fantastic backyard grillers, a part of a series that we call Backyard Bosses. So make sure you go swing by, subscribe to the channel, and hey, I'll see you over there. All right, Dawgfatha out. Let's get back to this cook. All right, so to get our ribs wrapped today, we've got some foil down here. And what I'm going to start with is I'm going to put some more of our barbecue rub here. Again, this is the Pit Boss Texas barbecue rub. So we're going to sprinkle some of this down here. Next up, I've got a little bit of brown sugar that we're going to put down here. Then we're going to put down some butter. And then last, we're going to put down some spicy honey, some hot honey. Now we're going to go check our ribs, and hopefully it's time for them to get in here and get wrapped. All right, we are just a little over 3 hours into this cook, and we're taking a look again here. I'm digging the color that's on these ribs. And this is the color that I'm looking for on my ribs, so I'm happy with that. So now it's going to be time to tenderize these ribs. So we're going to get these ribs off of here, and we're going to get them wrapped up. So there you go. Let's go get them wrapped. Okay, so now we've got our ribs again here. They're looking pretty good. And we're gonna put them meat side down right onto all of these ingredients that we just put down. And we're gonna repeat the process on this back side. I wanna add a little bit more moisture to the mix here. So I'm gonna spray just a little bit more of our water that we were spritzing with a little while ago. So not a whole lot, but just a little bit in there. And then we're gonna get these ribs wrapped. All right, ribs are back on, they're wrapped up, and we're gonna get them nice and tender. All right, so let's get these ribs unwrapped. There we go. So look at that. They're looking pretty damn good. Excellent color. Yes, sir. So didn't bore you guys with all the finishing steps I did there. I just checked for the tenderness that I was looking for, and then we got them off and brought them in here to the studio. So let's get them cut. There we go. If you guys could smell this, man. And there we go. Got our spare ribs looking really good and juicy. Excellent aroma from that rub that we've got on there. So look at there, good stuff. So let's bite into this. All right, so hey, again guys, this was our Pit Boss Titan's first cook. The cooker is phenomenal. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of good stuff with this thing. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna see you in the next video. I'm about to get into these ribs right here, all right? Peace.